come in from Swan Hung. Might get to the byline, it's belted clear. Well, the 10 men on sitting backs now. They're trying to get bodies forward and create opportunities.
Yeah, I just think you need positive reaction. And if you can get that in the first 5-10 minutes, I think that'll balance up any emotions after losing a player that early. So really crucial that Tan try and just start the way they did. I thought they were really positive in how they went about the first few minutes.
Swan Hung. Swan 2's made a great run down the right-hand side. Here is Swan 2. That will be a corner conceded by Ricky Fadrin.
Well, you just saw Ivory getting behind the defense with those balls, quite straight, I would say. But then perhaps they're finding those gaps between both the fullbacks of Bali United. And now second times 1-2 now, getting behind Ricky Fadrin out for a corner. So that's not bad start from Tan Wang.
Ball in the penalty area. They get the perfect shot. Decent save from the debutant. Renata clutching the ball right on the goal line.
Yeah, I just think Hong Guan had the final touch. You can see it actually. It was actually Lynch, I think, who had the final. Yes, it was Lynch. He didn't anticipate it because it just hit it inside of his foot, straight to the goalkeeper. But if he had any kind of anticipation or any reaction, I think he could have had a stronger touch.
Lastro. Here by Gavin Adsit, who's just gone into that right-hand side. Ranach wins the throw-in. There against Ilya Spazarevic. Not scared to have a word or two, Ilya. Spazarevic is Indonesian citizen now, which helps your selection problems, if you do have any. Fadil, ball over the top, looks for Lisa Platcher, who's done really well but is offside. So Platcher down one side, Ramatic down the other.
Again, that's the problem when you're down and playing with perhaps, sometimes taking the risk and trying to play with the three at the back. Because midfielders will find space and the fullbacks really got to track back inside.
Pacheco, the central defender, spent time with Selangor in the Malaysian League as well. It was raised there by Fadil. He now has a huge role to play. He's the attacking midfielder. It's slightly raised from Fadil. Insar. Long-range effort from Lastro. Vicious in the extreme. Bosnian centre-back, who's been a mainstay of some of the success of Quảng Ninh. Holding midfielder is Nouri. Decent ball over the top. Right, Ricky Fadrin. It's a good natural left-sided outlet. Fadil onto Pacheco. Gavin drives forward and Gavin had set. He's substitution's effort?
Well, I can see a clear reason why that substitution was made early. I've seen Gavin even last season, very offensive-minded. That's what you want when you're having that little extra man on the pitch. Fullback coming late, fullback more adventurous, always difficult to be handled by defenders. And I think an immediate change of reaction. Endika very much a right fullback. He does a good job defensively, but Gavin can also play on the wings.
The other match in this group, I can tell you, Ceres Negros are leading Svei Rieng by 2-0 very early on, inside 15 minutes. We spoke about them as being the big threat, 2 goals a minute for them. And another AFC match, Lao lead Hougang United of Singapore by 1-0. Hao. Lynch held the ball up well. Francois. Nice turn from Lynch. Francois then loses out, picked up by Nori. We'll just mop up in front of the two centre-backs. Pacheco. Gavin. It's down the line, was trying to pick out Paulo Sergio.
I think Quảng Ninh would be quite happy how they've handled since that dismissal of Fagan. They've settled down. They've tried to manage Bali's a few balls to bludgeon, most notably down the left-hand side. As you can see how deep at the moment Quảng Ninh, you can understand why. It's almost like a 3 and a 4 in the middle. Just that back three needs really a lot of cover from that 4 ahead of them. Clearly by losing one player makes a huge difference in how that formation sits.
Paulo Sergio, nice ball. Spazajevic puts it up and Patrick can't get the header on target. A nice link-up play between the front three.
Yeah, Spazajevic just perhaps deciding really early that if he's on side, he just wants to try and find Platja, because he's already seen Platja just getting into the number 9 area. Good first touch, made his mind really early to try and put that cross in right into the path of Platja. So I thought couldn't get up on time. Timing was a little bit off. He was underneath the ball, always rising. But as you mentioned, that's the first link-up play that always gives you a little bit of confidence.
Shot there of Teko Stefano Kagura, the coach of Bali United. And by Paulo Sergio. He wasn't the man interviewed beforehand, and he wasn't the man given the acknowledgement. It's normally given to the A-licensed coach, but no doubting that Teko is the man in charge of what has been going on at Bali. Tan Hao, long ball, looks for Lynch, who gets the little flick on. Nuri, nicely played, out to Fadil. Captain again looks to launch that long ball. Spazajevic will chase. It's not the kind of ball he wants to be working on, Spazajevic. And the long ball for Lynch, picked up by Pacheco. Pacheco and Lynch. Pacheco. This is something they can do to try to get extra bodies forward. Gavin onto Paulo Sergio, 3 in the penalty area. Paulo Sergio can't put the cross in, but Gavin Adsit might be able to. It's a low cross that's easily dealt with by Tan Hao. And straight back though from Hadi Abdillah. Fadil fizzles the ball in. Tan Hao once again is the defender who gets there, and Lynch again is the striker who's done really well, buys the foul.
Seconds for them to breathe.
Like how he
also like what Hamza is doing, number 43, he's dropping into areas, he's identifying those right or left hand side whenever he feels that he needs to drop into those areas. He's making those areas really, really hard to try and attack and trying to be exploited by Bali United.
Paulo Sergio was closing down the goalkeeper. That's a hurried clearance. His distribution from the back from Chuan Lin hasn't been the best. Bali United 0. Tan Quang Ninh 1. Quang Ninh, the team in blue, down to 10 men since the 5th minute. Nouri. That's it. Rahmat just catches Van Qua. And they've neutralised the game very well. We've watched the Hanoi team over the last few years, Stan, and they have an ability, as do the Vietnamese side, of closing games down, and we're seeing something similar here from Quang Ninh.
Yeah, I just think the fact that the national team is doing really well and they've produced results in such major competitions, qualifying for such major competitions, and probably just brushed off to all the clubs to try and play some sort in a certain way that the national team plays. And I think with Hanoi perhaps having more seasoned internationals, that's more evident. Clearly not here because they didn't have the club license, a very sad story for that. But really, really, really pleased with what I'm seeing from the Vietnamese side in this match, because they're down 10 men. They've not been exploited. They've worked really hard to make sure they leverage on whatever they have on the pitch, and they're doubling up. And you look at how Pamsa is working in that middle. He's just dropped into a centre-back area now, knowing that that's an area that needs to be covered. Simple example of how well they've been working since going down to 10 men.
Swan 2 driving forward. Swan 2 has got Lynch available. Lynch tries to get a shot away. It's blocked. Jeremy Lynch, that's his 3rd attempt on goal. 1 wide, 1 blocked, 1 goal. Here is Winsar. Onto Lynch. Pacheco just eased him away from it. And a foul there coming in from Van Qua.
Well, Rahmat has been really quiet, I must say. Spasojevic working hard down the lines, just on the shoulders of both the centre-backs, trying to find space. But Rahmat, half an hour gone, just got maybe to raise a little bit of his performance.
Spasojevic was just trying to lay that into Platje. Gavin Adsit is there first. And how second time gets it away from danger. Rahmat and Spasojevic offering himself. Here by Van Qua. Lynch and Pacheco. Again. Neat and tidy from Nouri. Easy for Lastro. Mack. 1-2. Wasn't the worst ball. Came off Pacheco. There's another header from Tan Hao. A free kick that time goes against the hard-working Win Sa. The cross came in, and Bali United players are saying that's a wasted cross. It's comfortable for Tuan Lin.
It's been a little bit too predictable. I think this was all right. Fletcher just trying to squeeze into that near post area. He had 3 players to target, missed all of them. But a bit disappointed with Sergio. Playing those balls straight down the lines. But you can see what Quảng Ninh are doing. They're just dropping as soon as they see the body language of any of those midfielders trying to play those balls wrong. Spasojevic making a very predictable run. Managed really well, especially by Tan Hua, who's holding that fort really well at the back. I just think they got to be a bit more creative, because Paulo Sergio can be creative.
Francois. Easily throwing off Fletcher. Win Sa loses out to Fadil. Here is Paulo Sergio. Fadil. Ricky Fajrin. Rahmat, long ball, looks for Platcher. That's eat and drink, but drops to Paulo Sergio, edge of the penalty area. Lastro's challenge, Fadil. He's got a fine left foot, but that was always rising.
Yeah, it never settled. I thought he picked up a good spot, knowing if Sergio lost this possession, he'll be probably in a good spot to pick up, but never settled. Body positioning was all over the place. But again, Paulo Sergio, on his run, the way I'm looking at it, he had 2 or 3 decisions in his mind. And he ended up with a loose start, clearly frustrated with himself.
34 years of age now, Fadil. Still looks as fit as ever. Only 1 international cap for Indonesia. Here's Platcher. Looks for Spasojevic. There's an offside there against Ilya Spasojevic.
Well, that's one of those other examples of you playing those balls straight without any kind of angle. Does not help Spasojevic at all. It's always difficult because centre-backs deals with his balls quite easily. You could see just a little barge makes the striker a bit off balance. Can't take his first touch. Possession returns to the opponent. And that, at the moment, has been the story of Bali United for the first 35 minutes. A bit too predictable.
Fadil, Paulo Sergio. Now then, Spasojevic is chasing. Was there an instant there with Rahmat? Did the defender Francois catch Rahmat, Stan?
I think he did. I don't think it's a foul. I thought, again, Francois was committed to the challenge. And there you go. Got a lot of the ball. I think there was a touch, but not a chance that was a foul.
Goalkeeper Tuan Lin plunges on the resulting loose ball. 35 minutes in, and the 10 men, they've been down to 10 men since the 5th minute. Still lead by a goal to 0. The man who was just in shot, Jeremy Lynch, the Jamaican, with the only goal.
Still not happy.
Swan 2's ball in was looking for Lynch. Pacheco is there. Rahmat did well under intense pressure from Win Sa. Fadil, Paulo Sergio. All the blue shirts are back now behind the ball. They can organise themselves. Platcher's got a little bit of space. Kevin Adzik going outside of him. Platcher belatedly plays the ball in, but it's so deep no space for him to play the ball into Spasojevic.
Yeah, it kind of sums up because Fletcher had so much time and space. All you need to do at times is make decisions early. He had Gavin down the right-hand side, an extra man running. Play him the ball early. You keep those balls a bit longer, then you go into a space where you're deciding in your head, what are you going to do? And that's what Fletcher's done in the past couple of attacks. Good player, started really well, but it's been difficult 15 minutes for him, just purely not making decisions early.
Referee played an advantage there. Paulo Sergio not too thrilled that he didn't get the free kick, but it was a decent advantage because Fletcher was in possession.
Well, clear foul on that, without a doubt. Nice little turn for Paulo Sergio. Was looking for it as well, but clearly a foul. Highvoy just coming in really late.
Fadil's header. Easy for Neven Lastro. He's looked authoritative and commanding. Lynch. Nicely played in by Highvoy. Lynch. Enjoyed by Gavin. Of the play there by Nouri. Pass from Ricky Fajrin though, doesn't beat the front man. And then there's a free kick by Paulo Sergio. If you do get the ball wide, Stan, you need better crossing coming in from outside, particularly if you've got Spasojevic attacking the far post.
Well, you've kind of nailed one of the problems. That's been a huge problem. Fletcher a couple of times now failed on the crosses on the wide-hand side. And when they are in the middle of the pitch, they're actually finding themselves so difficult to make decisions. So as soon as they get into that attacking third, Bali United has failed to try and threaten. And Quảng Ninh must be really happy with what they're seeing in front of them. What's been offered by Bali United, the home side, for the last 39 minutes. It's been fairly comfortable for a side who's down to 10 men from the 5th minute.
Rather poor clearance from Margo Inata, who has not covered himself in glory in this debut. Which is a goalkeeper sympathiser. Tears my heart out to see. Lynch, Pacheco. Round 16. This is going to be a heavyweight battle like the old days that'll go in until there's a winner, until there's a knockout. Nouri. Fletcher. Gavin. Squared and sideways, Nouri. Just recycles possession, finds Paulo Sergio. Decent ball, that's the first time they put a ball in, and it's been dealt with effectively by Tan Hao. And the rebound goes the way of Quảng Ninh.
Oh, 40 minutes. Probably has 100% battles won in the air, Tan Hao. That's really impressive because he's got players taller than him, he's got players physically perhaps as good as him, but he's positioned himself so well. He's dealt with almost every cross that's been thrown from left and right, and there's a lot of communication from him. I like what he's doing. He's communicating, especially with Pamsa, the number 43 who's ahead of him, and making sure that his job is half done with his communication. And I think that's absolutely key, and that's why you look at them, they look fairly comfortable because they're in good positions when Bali is trying to launch an attack.
Mac Hong Kwan loses out. Mac's worked effectively, if not in the attacking way that he would have liked, but needs must. Once again, the man you were just talking about, Tan Hao, is the last line of defence. That time he read the play and read the receive ball into Gavin.
Well, it's been a really impressive half from the Vietnamese side. Purely the fact that they were probably just ill-treated, I must say, by the referee's decision. They must have felt that way at least. Fagan going off that early, but they've reacted so positively instead of sitting on those emotions. Sometimes you see teams not getting the right reaction after such a dreadful decision, but they have instead reacted so positively. Just gone on with their game, gone on with what they can offer.
Nori looks out wide, finds Fadil. 4 red shirts in the penalty area. Paulo Sergio comes short and Lastro sees the intended ball in and read it well. Nuri, that's a better ball. Now then, Rakhmat's cross. Lastro deals with it. Second chance for Rakhmat. Comes to Paulo Sergio. What a block. Tan Hao again. Terrific defending, and Gavin Adsit curls one just over the top. Close though that was, it was the block from Tan Hao that was the highlight of that move.
Yeah, I just think Paulo Sergio coming to a light, great little technique. What a sliding tackle, what a block from Tan Hoa. And then Gavin perhaps giving the fans something, always rising, tackling the goalkeeper a little bit. A bit of swerve, a bit of dink. But perhaps one of those attacks that will give them a lot of positive for the remainder of the minutes left in this half as they walk into half-time. But Rahmat perhaps will also gain confidence, the fact that he found Paulo Sergio with that little cross. But again, Tan Hoa, what a half he's had. That is a great example of a defender reading the situation so well. He's just turned his body. He knew exactly that he needed to throw everything he can to try and block that volley that was coming in, because that could have ended up anywhere. That looked like it was going on target from Paulo Sergio.
And why Pet hates the goalkeeper is receiving treatment because he jumped for a ball and then landed on the floor. I wish the authorities would start to look at this. Blatant time wasting. At the other end, I think he would like some time back with Everton goalkeeper Nadeo Argawinata. Shokara, the treatment results in his longest free kick. Lynch loses out to Pacheco again. Howdy. Ricky Fajrin. Ooh, that's a rare error from Swan Hung. Patrick didn't capitalise on it. Nuri. Stozajevic. Paulo Sergio. Think of a shot from here. Indeed he does. Wide of the target.
Well, this time he was given a little bit of space. He had time to think, and he couldn't execute that shot really well. But they'll take a little bit of confidence, Bali United, walking into the half. Just a little bit in the last 3 minutes. They've had a bit of joy getting further forward, probably troubling the goalkeeper more than they did in the first 40 minutes. But overall, they must be disappointed in the fact that they've not exploited Quảng Ninh as they would back to it with them being down to 10 men.
Nuri finds Fadil. Now then, Platcher onside, 3 in the penalty area. Platcher only finds a body and then comes out to Gavin Adsit, and Gavin's shot is comfortable. Once again, the Platcher was in a great position and disappointed in the cross.
Yeah, besides the first try he had in this match, which was early minutes, he made his mind up early. It's taking too long. Just about getting to a great area, then he's got 3-4 decisions in his mind before he executes it. That millisecond makes so much a difference.
Jeremy Lynch drives into the penalty area. Lynch! Some save, Winata. That atones for the goal. That is a top reaction.
Yeah, I just think Lynch has had not much of the ball, not seen a lot of this throughout the match. Absolutely brilliant because he's so single-minded. He's got decisions early in his mind. Kind of laces it through.
Winsar over the top. A reminder, the Vietnamese side in blue are down to 10 men and have been since the 5th minute. And yet they've had as much of the opportunities going forward as have Bali. But fatigue, you suspect, will really kick in 70 minutes on. Or will it? Going to go for offside against Anthony Platchett. Swan Hung doing well. A bit more obvious time wasting from Tran Linh. The half-time whistle goes. And despite the controversy of losing Andre Fagan to a straight red card very early in the game, Jeremy Lynch's 20th minute goal means that Quảng Ninh, in their debut in the group phases of the AFC Cup, lead against...
1 minute we be doing shit, next thing what we do is this. So I really gotta know as lovers or friends. Trying to make us work, but it ain't that easy. Keep playing me out, girl, just might as well just leave me. And I ain't that man that'll let you off that easy. Just give me the chance, girl. Never gonna leave me. Trying to find a fine line to make it official. The choice is yours, either with me or let it go. We can't be two things. So what are we doing, babe, when both of us be losing so? Why we betray? Baby, why we tripping? 1 minute we be doing shit, next thing what we do is this. So really gotta know as lovers or friends. Why we betray? Why we first we kissing and hugging. How we lovers or friends. Then it's pushing and shoving. How we lovers or friends. Why you tripping? Push came to shove. I don't really wanna talk about the things. All I say is why you tripping for? She's just a friend, I don't pretend. Mannequins, I'm a real man. I got soul, no Pinocchio. Girl, I'm not deceiving. I told you, girl, I'm not lying. You're rich and love like designers. I need a moment, freedom of speech. Baby, hush and be quiet. There's 1 time, there's 2 times, there's 3 times, only 3 times. But the 3rd must be my last time to make it mine. You got me saying, why we betray? 1 minute we be doing shit, next thing what we do is this. So I really gotta know as lovers or friends. Tell me the deal, are we lovers or of friends.
Cause the more we continue, these feelings will grow. It's hard for us to move in.
And I know you don't wanna rush, but I'm just scared if the next man comes to the deal. Cause I'm planning you to play full keys, got me love drunk, got me spinning at the wheel. Can't control myself cause I'm in my zone, never felt this way before. But there's times when I feel like I'm standing on the edge and I walk out of heaven's dome. Hear your voice and I'm coming back, but I gotta know where to set. Are we lovers? Are we friends? Let me know before I hold us back.
Why we betray? One minute we be doing shit, next thing what we do is this. So I really gotta know as lovers or friends.
Trying to make us work,
But it ain't that easy.
keep playing me out, girl, just
Might as well just leave me.
and I ain't that man that'll let you off.
Off that easy.
Just give me the chance, girl.
Never gonna leave me. Trying to find a fine line to make it official. The choice is yours. Either with me or let it go. We can't be two things. So what are we doing, babe, when both of us be losing so? Why we betray? Baby, why we tripping? One minute we be doing shit, next thing what we do is this. So really gotta know as lovers or friends. Why we betray?
First we kissing and hugging, how we lovers or friends. Then it's pushing and shoving, how we lovers or friends. Push came to shove, I don't really wanna talk